Mini episode 1071 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode number 1071. I'm FDH managing partner Rick Morris here with our Week 14 preview for the 2018 NFL season. Last week we went 8-8, bringing us to 88, 93, and 8 on the season. We went 1-2 on the Big Three and 0-1 on the lock, making us 20-19 and 6-7 on those respectively. On Thursday night, the reeling Jaguars come to Music City, getting 4.5. As unpredictable as Tennessee is, they're still way preferable to one of the league's worst dumpster fires of 2018. A few weeks back, the Browns put the nail in the coffin for the slumping Falcons. Can they do the same to the Panthers on the North Coast in a pick'em game? The answer is yes. Speaking of the ATL, they and the Packers are the biggest flops of the year. Coincidentally, they meet at Lambeau with the Road Dogs getting 4.5 down from 5.5. The guess here is that Green Bay uses the coaching change to make enough offensive tweaks to get the cover here. Just in case the Saints thought they were in for a cakewalk at Tampa, last week's Bucs-Panthers game should have disabused them of that notion. Nevertheless, New Orleans is laying 10. Coming in off a long week and unlikely to let down after they already let down against Dallas because they always let down against Tampa, the Saints won't let down here. At the pathetic bottom of the AFC East, the Jets and Bills meet in Buffalo with the home team laying the cliche field goal down from 3.5. Will default to the team with the better defense at home. In the other half of the AFC East, the Dolphins will be out to avenge their loss in the 1985 AFC Championship game and maybe to some tiny extent as well their loss earlier this season when they host the Patriots, laying 9 down from 10. New England always lets down in Miami, so we'll pick them to be self-aware enough not to do so here. It's not exactly the glory days of the 1980s for these two Eastern Seaboard squads, as the Giants come to D.C. laying a field goal that started with them getting 1. A wise man once said on the show to go the other way as the money when the favorite changes, so we'll take the Redskins. Avenging the blowout in Super Bowl 24 doesn't seem like a very heavy lift for the Broncos coming into Frisco, laying 3.5 down from 6. And they have the immediate motivation as well in playing for a playoff spot, so we'll be on them, even with their troubling injuries on offense and defense. On a short week against a pathetic defense and the toothless, backup QB-led offense of Cincinnati, the only thing that the Chargers will have to fear on Sunday at the Junior College Soccer Stadium is a letdown. They're laying 15.5 up from 14.5. It's a classic sandwich game with the Chiefs looming on Thursday, so we'll reluctantly take the toothless Tigers to sneak in the back door. In one of the most lightly anticipated games of the season, the Lions come to the desert laying 2.5 up from 1. Do we even have to play this game? If we do, factor in the Cardinals' historic dominance over Detroit, which seems bizarre and random, and go that way. It's a must-win for the defending champions when they come to Dallas, getting a field goal down from 4. We've been on Philly all year long to get it going, and we're not backing away here. One of the greatest games of the year should unfold at Soldier Field on Sunday night, with the Rams coming in laying a field goal down from 4.5. LA just seems too next level at this point to go against them here. On Monday night, what could be a knockout game in the wild card race will unfold in Seattle when the Vikings come in getting the cliche field goal down from 3.5. Minnesota, like Philly, is a team that we've been on strongly all year, so we can't and won't deviate here. Now for the Big Three. Having blown a highly winnable game, the Colts must now regroup at Houston getting 4.5. With the Texans smelling a first-round bye, Indy won't be able to turn it around here. One of the biggest rivalries of the 1970s flares up again in Oaktown when the Steelers come in laying 10.5 down from 13. For a bully team like Pittsburgh, beating up on a borderline CFL squad is right up their alley and will be here. And here's the 1,000-star gold-plated lock of the millennium for NFL Week 14. On Sunday, the Ravens get their toughest test in weeks, albeit Lamar Jackson gets another soft defense to play against when they come to Arrowhead, getting a touchdown down from 9. With a combination of their running game against a soft Chief interior D, taking the points is an easy call. Thank you for tuning in to this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.
As we bring the show to a close, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude to NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox, all Clear Channel affiliates, TNT, TBS, USA, UPN, Deadspin.com, YouTube.com, YTMND.com, MySpace.com, various blogs, Fox News, CNN, CNBC, MSNBC, IamBoard.com, Billboard.com, Google.com, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, ESPN Classic, NBA TV, NFL Network, Sports Time Ohio, Athlon Magazine, Comedy Central, Cartoon Network, The Boomerang Channel, QVC, BET, The Spice Channel, Steno Notebooks, Manwich, Papermate Office Supplies, waitresses, strippers, bartenders, garbage men, janitors, microwave popcorn, the writers of The Office, Scrubs, Entourage, My Name is Earl, Oz, Metalocalypse and the Boondocks, Aquafina, and The Periodic Table of Elements.